Hey everybody, Modoch here with another lower tier rank match commentary. This game I actually am in Exo League and I got matched up against Devilsrath, who's #1 limited. My first instinct was to ask for a friendly quip, but then I decided no, let me play this out and just kind of see how this goes. I'm using my full faction SL Skywing deck. He's using a full faction UD battle group. I go ahead and put my Skywing Imperator out first to take my close font and just kind of see how things go. Yeah, #1. Alright, so he starts off with the Depths Doom. Very solid start. I go ahead and take my font. And I'm trying to decide if I want to deploy. I decide against it. I'm going to wait and save the Nora. Alright, so he takes his natural font. Puts out a Deep Elf Priestess. So at this point I think it's probably either a demon or just kind of meta deck. Kind of pretty standard opening moves for this map, just kind of positioning, getting ready, saving AP. I go ahead and put down my Prismatic, because I want to try to get him rolling if I can. And just kind of see what Devils does. I do know that I've realized that I kind of struggle on some of these smaller maps just with Nora management and such. So I think I do a little better this game, but that's one of the things I still struggle with is on these small maps where you only get 57 Nora a turn. I kind of struggle a little bit. All right, so he brings out his Bot Raider, Flame Strikes. Doesn't do a whole lot due to my evasive on my Prismatic, but you know, gets the dot going. So at this point I'm just trying to figure out positioning, what I kind of want to do with this. If I want to move in to attack the Raider, I decide that's not the worst thing I can do. Get a little bit of health. Go ahead and put down my Sunder Hellion. And I kind of move my Imperator back so that he can't contest with the Doomy. Or so that he can't cap with the Doomy, I should say. He can still contest, obviously. Alright, so he moves his Priestess up. Moves his Doomy in. He's really trying to take out that Prismatic Skywing. And with his evasive and reflexes, is just not quite enough. And he has to finish him with a spell. And recovers the build. Alright, so at this point, obviously I'm a little worried because he's already easily killed one of my champs. I'm going to try to position here for an effective Lightning Storm. Them. Go ahead and move in with my Sunder Hellion and attack. And decide I need another champ. And again, I kind of deploying that top font so that he can't just go steal it from me. Shield so that his Flame Strike actually has an effect. Puts out another Bach Raider. Another Flame Strike. And then moves in with the Doom to kind of get the extra little bit of damage that he can. And then moves back. Gets the Flame Siphon. And my Hellion barely survives. I want to try to kill his mobility, so I go ahead and take out the Priestess. Because there's really nothing I can do about the Doomy right now. Got 2 left. So I go ahead and drop the Hive to finish off. If I would have dropped my banner like I was thinking of doing at the beginning of the round, I wouldn't have needed the Hive. And then I decided to save some Nora. And my Hellion's dead. So he'll be able to cover both globes, which is unfortunate. But I don't know. Like I said, if I'd have done the banner first, I would have been able to take the Priest out, which is the Hellion, and been able to recover that globe. But it is what it is. It happened. All right, so it takes out my Hive. At this point next turn, I can take out the 1 Bach Raider. Oh, that's right. He sacrifices it. It puts out a Demonic Wag. And a Scorched Dwarf. Alright, so I decide I need the magic damage that the Skywing can bring to take care of that Doomy. So I put him out. Go ahead and ping the Doombringer. And I exert so I can get a double tap on it. And then try to finish him off. And I can't get both, but that's okay. I'd rather just take out the Doombringer. And he's scoured, so he'll... And unfortunately he doesn't die. But that's okay, because he'll die next turn. Alright, so his target has become my Imperator. And then I think he moves his Doom up in between my Imperator and my Agitator. Yeah. And then he kind of saves himself some AP. Siphon, so he heals up a little bit. Lightning Storm the Raider. I'm going to take out the Doomy with the Prismatic. Decide to put out my War Banner first, so I actually did something right. Gets his Rage, and I actually get an attack off on his Buck Raider too. Cover one globe. Raider once again. I go ahead and move my Skywing in just to kind of give myself some decent positioning. And I put out the Minefield for the Wag to kind of protect my font a little bit, maybe. So right now I'm pretty impressed with myself. I'm holding my own. I haven't made any major mistakes. It's been a pretty good back and forth. Takes a lot of damage from those mines. So now he's just kind of trying to troll me with his Wag. Which for the most part I don't care about. I really don't want to kill it right away because I don't want to have to deal with the Galroon just yet. So for a while I kind of just avoid the Wag and concentrate on his other champs. And there's a Cave Runner with a Firebomb, and that gets rid of the Imperator. Alright, so I just need to move one. So I'll go ahead and take out the Bach Raider and recover globes. Go ahead and ping the... Ping those, and then the globes allow me to put out another champ. So a pretty decent turn when you can kill something and then still deploy. So kind of keeps the champ count even. I'm actually even a little ahead because one of his champs is the Scorched Dwarf. So alright, he kills my Agitator with the Flame Nova. So the Wag can be annoying, for sure. And she does the Flash Bomb to blind my Skywing. And puts out a Soul Thirster. Alright, so here I obviously think about purging to get the blindness off. And then just kind of decide, no, just because I don't want him, he's in a really bad position right there. So I just kind of want to move him away. I decided the blindness only lasts a turn, it doesn't really matter. I decided to avoid the Deafening Aura. And just kind of move my Skywing out of range of that Soul Thirst for a little bit. And then bring my Hellion up a little bit to kind of support. And I decide I need another champ. So I go ahead and bring out my Skywing Patrol. And then hopefully I can just take care of that Soul Thirster pretty quickly. Alright, and his Cave Runner's still running around stealth around here. I know he's probably heading for... I mean, if it were me, I would be heading for the font to kind of contest that font up there, but... so that's kind of what I'm assuming the Cave Runner is doing, is kind of making his way north there to kind of troll that fawn up top and deny me some Nora. Alright, so he brings his Soul Thirster in. I'm almost positive he has that horrific aura because it's the only reason you would do that. And then he deploys his Acacian Bloodguard. So things just got a little bit interesting. Now here's interesting. He goes and does the Deception, which procs Territorial for my Sunder Hellion. So that's, I think that was kind of an interesting move. I know why he did it. Is to make me kind of worry about that top fawn a little bit. But I also think it's usually fairly obvious which the illusions are. You know, he kind of saved the AP on his non-illusion one. So, alright, so that means I'm pretty sure here I can take care of that Soul Thirster with my Sunder Hellion. I go ahead and purge, just kind of get rid of that horrific aura, and I get the bonus of revealing the cave runner. Alright, so I'll go ahead and double tap the Soul Thirster, and finish him off with the Skywing, and recover the globe. So I'm very happy with that. And then here I decide to go ahead and kill the Wag. In just a moment here. And decide to drop my beacon. Just kind of trying to set up for next turn a little bit. Even though the Wag, I think I decided to kill the Wag here because he's going to die from punishing aura anyway. So I figure I'll just get it out of the way. And that takes out his illusions and procs my rage again. So I can kind of move back out of the way just a little bit. And then go ahead and decide to engage the cave runner. Not that it really does much anything, so, since you can tunnel and whatnot. Alright, that Galroon is kind of nasty. So that really probably should be my next target. Just because he can do a lot of damage. Especially with his upgrades. Alright, I'm assuming that was just a misclick. I've done that a few times before. So, alright, he moves his cave runner off. And kind of positions his other units a little bit. Kind of moves back, you know, just kind of tunnels, traps, and puts out a hook feed. Alright, so this was where I think I kind of panicked because I'm doing so well. At this point, I just don't know what to do. I can't really move in for any kills. I don't know where his cave runner is. I can't decide what to deploy. So it's kind of where I derp it up a little bit here. Just because, like I said, I really can't decide what I want to do at this point. And really, probably what I should have done was just kind of stayed back, save some AP, kind of let him come to me a little bit. Think about it, Dragon Fear, and then like I said, it's really the Hellion that I just don't know what to do with. I mean, he's really buffed up. I probably could have moved in and killed the Blood Guard, maybe. But I also know that leaves him kind of out of position. I decided to try it. For some reason, I decided I want to try to find the cave runner. And then just decide, oh, well, let me just contest this font. That'll be a good idea. And go ahead and put out another champ. Just to kind of try to keep the champ count even a little bit. Alright, so you battle drums. Pull my Skywing in. Double taps the Hellion with the Cave Runner. And Retribution. So he takes that out. So basically by me kind of moving in there, I just kind of set him up for a ridiculous power turn. And that turn is really what turned the game for me. Like I said, I kind of didn't know what to do. I kind of panicked a little bit. And instead of just kind of playing the way I was playing and staying conservative, I went super aggressive because I didn't know what to do. So, relocate my relic so that I get my relic guardian bonuses. Tap the blood guard to get Sunder going. Drop my Rumbler. And go ahead, and since I'm not going to get 2 attacks off anyway, I go to melee range so that I get more damage out of it. And then just didn't calculate my spacing correctly. I was going to try to swoop in and finish her off, but obviously that didn't happen. So at this point, I'm kind of really behind the 8 ball, just bad positioning. And when you get into a bad position against the top ranked player, you're gonna lose. That's just all there is to it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Brings this Galroom back in, drives him, so he can get off an attack. And finishes off with the hook feed, and gets both globes, I believe. No, he doesn't. He backs off. And then sacrifices the blood guard. And scries. And Pit Dragon. And Deep Belt Priestess. So, yeah, that just happened. Alright, so again, at this point, I'm just like, alright, I really should... I could go up and double tap, but I really should just back off and try to recover a little bit. It's going to be another turn before I can put out another champ. Again, I probably should not have attacked here. You know, like I said, I just kind of... I'm not sure why I moved and then attacked instead of just attacking and then moving. It didn't matter either way. Like I said, I probably should not have attacked there. I probably should have just backed off completely, but and save some AP. Maybe get a double tap the next turn. But I wanted to get the Sunder going, so that maybe it gives me a better chance to kill him next turn. But because my plan here is probably Vindrax next turn to counter, because I need a 2x2 to counter the Pit Dragon. Beckons his Pit Dragon. Those are maddening echoes. And exert so you can double tap. And he equips the Pit Dragon with the Tinderbox, which means my patrol is definitely dead. And the Pit Dragon is healed a little bit. Alright, so my only choice here is Vindrax. I don't have another choice on what I can deploy. Now here, I think I make another mistake. I go and recover the glow, but here I should have, instead of swooping in on the priestess, I really should have just blocked the Pit Dragon. Because this puts me in a bad position here. I go and put my Paradosphere on Vindrax just because. But like I said, I really should have just blocked with the Acid Craw. It might have bought me a turn. As it is, I put myself in range of his Hook Fiend, which allows him to kill it with the Galroon, and then leaves his Pit Dragon open to charge in on Vinny. So, like I said, I don't think the outcome would have been a whole lot different. I think he could have moved his Hook Fiend up and maybe pulled him away anyway. But it still would have made him waste some AP on his Hook Fiend at least. And then he deploys another Doombringer and beckons it with the Priestess. At this point, this game's pretty much over. I'm just kind of seeing if I can kill anything. And again, here I probably could have done a little something different. I was still planning for the future when I should have just killed the Pit Fiend. I should have just used my Quicken and my Execute, killed the Pit Fiend, and given myself at least a little bit of a chance. Instead, I choose to off-strike the Pit Fiend and use my Breath attack. Like I said, I really probably should have just taken the Pit Fiend out. But at this point, I was still trying to get rid of that I figure if I could get rid of the Priestess and the Pit Fiend, it would be okay. But going to decide to fortify, like I said, at this point, I'm pretty much surrendering anyway. In a couple of minutes, just kind of trying to play things out a little bit and see what happens. So he takes out the beacon. Shatters the Paradosphere. Beckons the Galroon. Tap, tap. Good thing is it takes a lot to kill Vinny, so there's that. I've got that going for me. But that's not much. Because now with the eviscerated and it finishes off with maddening echoes. So that's pretty much a good game. I think I'll throw out one last spell here. Like I said, I could have dropped something else, but at this point, game's over. There's no way I can recover from this. So I do an Acid Storm just because I think it'd be funny. And good game. I forget about the Orb of Protection, so it doesn't even do what I wanted it to. So, hope you enjoyed that one, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.